Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing? I feel like I'm gonna start talking about Batman right away, without any explanation. So we are gonna go inside Twitter and our project that I'm getting some uh, interaction or getting some, how to say, feedback, not so feedback, but public response on Twitter. What I'm trying to say is people are engaging with my tweets, they're liking, they're sharing. That's really, really awesome. That's something that I was not expecting. I was expecting that I would sort of get wanting people to do it. I would get um, people like it, eventually gonna follow my Twitter, they're gonna like it eventually. More and more people would start, but all of a sudden people are start sharing. Basically, I was expecting more that I would have to go and post a lot of specific posts to get noticed. That what I was expecting. And we're gonna do ink. I hope there's no background noise that you guys are hearing. So I wasn't expecting people to right away start to like and share my work. I was more expecting that I'm gonna go and I'm going to post certain posts, join certain groups, make myself more visible on Twitter. I'm going to go and interact with certain people to start getting noticed. But I have to change my approach totally. But I think I kind of liking what I'm getting right here. I hope that I do get noticed here as well. But right now, let's just, before we do that, hoping I was getting more and more interaction here as well. But before we do that, before we complete this session, this inking on this layer, work on this layer, even it's good, even though it's good, but I feel like that I am going to get a pin layer, hide this ink, and I'm gonna do a line art experiment with this one. So we say line art experiment. So let me see if there's one person watching me. Thank my friend coming and watching me right now. The thing is that I have decided that I'm going to talk in a Batman slash Kevin Conroy voice. Not so much of Kevin Conroy's voice, but I'm trying my version of that. So if you're enjoying right here, enjoying that, thank you. Share my work, share my streaming with other people. I hope that people think that I can do Batman voice and I get cast in some sort of animated cartoon slash movie. Um, this eyebrows seem to be like it's going like that. We may improve that later on, but uh, I cannot talk too much while I am streaming, so forgive me for that. I feel like it should be like this. I think it should be like more like this and this. Okay, for because you're new here, let me tell you that I am trying to run a comic book campaign for my character, and for my I'm running a campaign for my comic book, and the comic book is based on this character. So I want people to like support me. I want to collect some funds so I can start working on the rest of the pages. There are just 2 pages need to be inked, and there's some pages I need to revisit. Other than that, most of the work is done and it's ready to get released. I don't know if I spot. Last night I was okay. If you're here, this is not my voice. This is my voice. Yeah, it's early morning there, so there would be some of this texture. They said there's going to be some texture in the voice, like this. Yeah, this is not my voice, but eventually it's gonna go away. This texture, and this is the reason why I start to feel like yeah, I can do Batman's voice. So it's much easier to do in early morning. I I can wake up and start sounding like Batman. By the way, if I put effort into um, my voice, even in later part of the day, I can also do Batman's voice just as good. Just trying to see if I wanted to do that experiment. I'm not so sure that we are doing or I'm doing what I did last time. Um, but I do like talking in Batman's voice. That is a very okay. This again, it's making sound. My screen is kind of screaming. Um, so this part may go down like that, tilt because the head is tilting, and probably because the head is tilting. This needs to get tilted. I need to like that part. Yes, just like that. Yes. I did manage to deviate from, ever so slightly deviate from what I do see in here. So I do want to do this because, as you can see, it's much more. This one version looks much more stylized. What I'm trying to do is go more like a realistic approach. I may end up changing a lot of things here. A lot of line art, a lot of angles. So I may need to go change light, change this angle slightly here. If I talk a lot, this becomes really difficult for me to focus on what I need to do. And this is the reason why, not that experience, so this is the reason why I would take a lot more time than usual to finish this work. Because not only if I start talking when I'm sketching, not only I do not understand, or I cannot understand what to say. In the mid-sentence, I just stop, and because I'm using my brain in the two different places, it becomes really hard for me to focus on this word. And I do want to make sure that eyes, or maybe just like that, yeah. The angle of the eyes is like this. So I think the second eye right here should come down ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. And the eyebrows itself should also come down ever so slightly because it is kind of tilted. Like that. And yes, because the head is tilted, so maybe not that much, but yeah, just like that. So what we can do is erase this part, and refine the angle of the eyeballs right here. And we can go ahead, take a step back, do like this, try to figure out if, not this, that, figure out, like if I draw, roughly I draw, I don't need to, it should be precise because we are on a digital medium, so we should use that for our leverage versus on a physical medium. So if I do that, do this, for some reason, the head doesn't look that tilted. You know what I mean? So whatever I do here, initially was accurate. It should not be that tilted. It should be tilted because it's already tilted. If it's straight, it's going to be straight like that. And it's not. It's going to be straight like that. It's not that straight. It's going down like that. Cut like that. So I think that is enough of a tilt in the head that we needed to make it look better. So probably we are going to keep that. Maybe that was the mistake. And I think I drew perfect angle or perfect proportion because the art itself looks really, really right. Right, so like that. I'm trying to make it very, very two, not two-dimensional, very, very, like, I'm trying to, how to put it, make it at an angle, foreshorten this eye, but looking at this one, this piece right there, feels like this is really a two-dimensional eye. And also the eyebrows here, eyebrows area of the skull is very long, so we may cut that. And possibly okay, we change a lot of things. We change a lot of things. Keep some of his landmarks in, and we'll come back and then fix this guy right here. Okay. So if I go ahead and do that, I feel like I need to take this eyes and on and uh, separate this eye, or how to put it in words. Alright, what I'm trying to say is I want to do this. I feel like I need to do this. Grab it and move it a bit in this direction. Right in the center right here. And if I go and hide there, maybe that works, maybe. I'm not so sure. So we should do it. Shorten the ear right there. Shorten the ear. We'll give the background noise. Forgive that background noise, please, you guys. Forgive that. And we I think it should go straight like that, because if it's turning, if it's that, if it's turning, it should be more like that. Okay, I should do that rather than follow the line out to the teeth. Maybe like that, and probably. Well, from the looks of it, this looks right. Let let give let's give it a some sort of a structure so we can see. It does not look off, but it does look off. Like from here to here, this looks much better. I can work on this. I can make it look much better. I can see it's not finished. There's still work need to be done, and I do use digital medium for my how to put in words. I do use digital medium, you know, in my advantage that I don't go in one go and create everything because I can do that as I explained to you guys. And it's so many times on Relight and whatnot, and I'm not a professional comic book artist. I'm rather a amateur comic book artist. So I believe, I believe, thing that we need to do here is probably um, increase the size of the eyes on both sides. That may help just a little bit. Hope that's not too crazy to do, or it doesn't interfere with the pixel. And if it does, I would fix that as well. If my voice sounds different today, it's because it's early morning and I can sound like Batman really easy. So, that is that. Go back just a little, just like that. Go in and this guy, grab this, and move it towards the center. Move to the center of this part right here, and select them back again. This side. Whatever mess they will spread, I will fix that later, but bring it slightly below it and slightly towards the center part of that socket, towards the nose. Yeah, I think that should do. I think that should do. If not, we'll fix that later. So I can sound like Batman really easily. Yesterday I was really feeling it. That's why the art progressively started to feel really good, and it still feels good. This art piece. It's much better. It's more stylized, but we can work on that. That was the entire idea of doing it this way because we can do it in multi stage. Um, Slowly can progress on that. So progress on that. Um, let's see. Otherwise, I'm gonna go back to what I do initially. The most issue is gonna arrive from the mouth or the face of this guy. Okay, this part right here, I guess it's way too much. There's way too much of a gap. So that's much better. There was a way too much of a gap from. Yes, that's way much. That's much better. That's much better. Much better. So now, if I go zoom out a bit, I can add a detail on this to make it much more realistic. I can see that um, kind of really flat. So what we can do probably is go and add some teeth like that. Or we can go and add some teeth like this. Because there is going to be a sharp teeth here. And maybe they will crisscross a bit. And we can do this. Probably this way. That doesn't look that good, does it? Maybe more details better. Maybe that, but that does not look better. I need to probably need to go and check the references or something like that. Or I would do something of two, like, I don't know what I would do, but I would go and study something before I complete the teeth. Because I did not go. I never drew teeth like that. Never did. Forgive my English as well if you guys sometimes feel like what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know why. I feel like I need to change the eyes. Like that. What? No. What just happened? Where did my experiment there went? Experiment here. Okay, so I need to draw this part back again. And possibly change the eye shape a little bit. Because Dragonman has this uh, downturn eyes, well, an upturn. And the funny thing about that is, when I started doing this guy, started making this character, he had upturned eyes, especially in the costume, not on. Actually, I never do actual face until I started to make the comic book. So I decided in the comic book both the love interest and the I don't know the main character called antagonist or something, uh, and the villain is called protagonist, right? So if that's the case, the antagonist is going to have downturned eyes representing the innocence of the character. So maybe, just maybe now, it still look kind of like um, stylized, more or less. But don't worry about that. I think I would change it as we go. So if I do this and do that, I kind of like this much better. This one much better, much better. But since the head is tilted, this needs to go slightly up, slightly up. Slightly up. And like that. Probably like that. If not, I'll fix it later. Just happened. You can see this needs to go down like that. Because it do go down, it needs to go down like that. Rather than this. So the mask needs to go down with it as well. So needed to rotate a certain angle to figure things out. I'm gonna experiment with this as much as I can before we kind of move into into yeah, it makes a lot of sense that probably the light should interact with this, and I need to before I finish this part, I think I need to observe. I need to observe this face of like Batman and Superman that are already done by Jim Lee. So I kind of have an idea how to add the details. Then I need to go and observe a real face of a person, so I have an idea of what I need to do to make that face looks more realistic or more less stylized like Disney and more like what I'm going to think that I'm going with like excuse me for that. Apparently you need to delete it, I guess. So if you can see the body, guys, also do forgive me for my voice. My throat hurts. Thing is, you can see the body is very realistic, hyper-realistic comic book style. Proportions, not Disney. And even the face looks very comic book-esque. Less so of the Disney style. But the moment I do that, it's more like Disney style. I think there's a lot less detail. The more detail I would add, it would add to and make it look kind of natural, if that makes any sense. So like that. So I think if I add detail, if I keep on adding detail, oh my god, keep on doing this mistake. I think I'm not prepared to do this stream right now. My throat hurts. I'm not feeling it at all. I'm kind of pushing myself to draw. This is why I need your support. If I get support, I will begin better in a better you can say uh, position or a better condition to do this work. Also, these things need to break down like that. So the chin needs to do that so you can see the faces tilted. It's way too much. Way too much of that tilt. I guess the previous one was much better. Yeah, this one was much better. I need to do it ever so slightly. You see that deep, my voice is getting deep when I just let it go and not push. It's because it's early morning. I do sound like Batman in the early morning. I do sound like Batman. So forgive me for that. Forgive me for everything that you don't like about this video, or this stream. But I hope you enjoy this. All I'm trying to do is gain some fan following. Looking at my piece in several different ways, and should I continue this because for me, for some reason, this looks like I can work on this and make it better. I already did work on that part. Probably is a good idea if I can work on it, but the shadows are wrong. If there should not be any shadow here, that's why we're keeping the this the main sketch, the rough sketch we're keeping because the shadows are probably gonna be used for highlight just as much. I don't want to do that right now. I'm not understanding this part. Which direction should I take this? In which direction should I not take? I should not take this. Probably I would slowly work on this one and make it look better. So we need to drop this eyes right here, and it's almost a triangular shape, but we're gonna erase that and make it have this eye shape. Maybe I can work on this piece better because this comping the proportion way too close. You can see, yeah, this makes much more sense that, yes, much more sense that give me a second, I need to figure things out. I forgot what I was saying. It makes much more sense for something that I'm saying. Talking, I have never talked like this much, especially for not hours and hours. So if I keep on forgetting what I'm saying, so getting better, getting better. Getting better, but I feel like I'm gonna raise this part and I do it this way. This side needs to come down slightly. This I need to come down ever so slightly. Right. So it comes down like that. I thought I'm going to change this side, but then I compare it and I'm like, no, this side needs to come down because the moment I draw from the center, the center. So now I can go and make the nose much more dynamic, like I did in that layer. Probably would do, since This art piece, I need to do it for getting a fan base and try to probably I'm going to sell this art piece. If enough people do like and support this, I'm gonna sell the digital version of this and sell a physical version of this. This is why I am kind of experimenting with what is the thing that is going to look good. So this is why I have two layers to figure things out. And maybe not that much. Also, I would go and keep on looking at expression, sorry, and would look what I am looking for in the expression and how I want this guy to express his anger, what kind of emotion I want to represent on his face. And I keep checking back and forth between this layer and that layer. This looks much better in terms of proportion and whatnot, and that looks much more like trying to be more realistic, but proportions I do not understand. I think I would do a thing or two about it, try to figure out how I need to draw the face. Once this is right from every different angle, I would call it a day. Try to figure it out. I've been drawing for about 40 minutes, and I'm sorry that this version of the video is not that interesting. I'm not feeling about doing this right now. Um, Today, this is it for today, I guess, because my throat is not giving my taking my like my throat is right now. It's not taking my side on this mission. That was what I was trying to say. Like my throat is not taking my side. I said giving. I don't know why I said that, but my throat is not taking my side when I'm trying to stream. It hurts. I'm not even in a good mood right now for because of the throat, and I'm not able to see what I'm trying to draw or what I want to draw. I do see here a little bit of that, but not so much. Feel like the bad thing that is happening on his face is just maybe, open this up, close this, open this up. It's just maybe that we are going way too much. Like his head should be tilted. Like in the or the rough sketch, even though there is a lot of thick line, it doesn't matter. But the head feels like it is much more tilted towards this direction, towards more where he's trying to aim. That is why I think this looks much accurate, right? Much accurate, right? But if you draw that, if I draw this, they start to look long because, yeah, this is something that I noticed while I was looking at the graphics image. So how about I start erasing that part, start erasing this part, start erasing all of that. Rather than doing that, I just go in and and build it that way. Maybe that would help. Maybe that would help. And probably the chin does go this as well. And this is what's gonna make the chin look normal size than too wide of a chin, which is not a very good trait either. Too wide of a chin. Aşkı direkt kesme bak. And possibly change the eye direction. His eye looks like that, right? His eye looks that, so change it there, change it like that, just to know if that works. Kind of does. It has issues, but kind of does. I now can see the tilt accurately on his face. It also kind of makes it look more weird if we don't do the eyes. Maybe this one. And can I get the face to look exactly here? I can see things. Here I can see the eyes looking like that. Looking like that. And looking like this. Maybe the eyes need to tilt. I'm gonna do it rough. Right? See if it make any sense. See if it makes any sense. Proportion-wise, yeah, it does. Proportional-wise, it does. So for some reason, I'm not getting the proportion right in the face. I was trying to check the proportion, and the proportion is accurate if I draw as is. I don't understand the jaw. You go back here. I don't understand the jaw. So need to, yeah, take that back. I do need to like go back and forth and draw it a couple of more times because we need to. Well, I needed to figure this out. So if we copy as is, it does do a good job of capturing the proportions. So you can see this. This is very different. This is very different. And if we hide this. It is tilted, but need to know how much of it this is tilted. Oh, so I don't know, for some reason to my eyes it's not tilted that much. We need to make sure that we are aware that this is tilted. And then I went in and make it even more tilted, which is the reason why. Yeah, so I can see my mistake now. I don't know why I keep on. So this is why I said that I'm not in the right, I guess, mood, right condition to stream right away. I need to figure things out. My throat hurts. Hopefully you guys don't mind it. I did decide on a piece of paper that I'm better at doing digitally, but right now I'm not. I can slowly improve my art, slowly, which I did in the previous sessions. I made the legs from completely from this, and I turned into that. For those of you who are new, I could do the same. I can do the same. And again, the hand is like that. This hand, like that hand was complete on the piece of paper, and I loved it, and I loved the way it was. I did everything I needed to make that hand and the arm look look like that. But you can see I improved on, if you see the abdomen. For those of you who are new here, if you can see the abdomen, it looks kind of funny. So what I did was change it, then add more detail on that, and I could do the same for the face right here. But I am not well right now. I'm not feeling that well, and I cannot figure out why it's looking wrong. So all I have to do is go take a break. We'll come tomorrow. Sorry for this type of stream today. I just wanted to do a stream. I wanted to make sure that I don't, how to put in words, do not take any break. So people start to like feel like I'm not that interested in this project. I'm really interested, but my throat is killing me right now, and I cannot focus on anything. So forgive me for that, and for that reason, I cannot just figure. I can't. We did figure it out. As you can see, I do have the tool, or uh, like the wisdom, if you will, or experience. Tool is a sense of skills or knowledge. I can figure things out quickly. I keep on drawing back and forth. Now the reason why because I'm trying to even tilt the mask even more, because this line seemed too straight to me, and technically that is right, because its head is tilted, so my eye see a straight line. I should have not questioned that in the first place. And whenever if I drew a tilted head, whenever I see a straight line, I should believe my instinct. So this straight line is not that straight because the head is tilted. So if I draw a straight line, you can see from one point of this part of the mask to another, there's a huge gap, and his head is tilted in this direction as well. So eyes, mouth, everything is, and the jaw is as well. But the jaw needs to be like that. It make much more sense if we go ahead and erase this part, because the ear does the same thing. You can see it works much better. Need to do the eye same way. Need to foreshorten the eye, probably add more tilt to this side of the face. Probably, I'm not so sure. We'll look at that into the next session. We'll look into that in the next session. Right now, just forgive me for this sloppy, bad um,
very sloppy stream, but you can tell that I have the eyes of a professional artist because I am a 3D professional. I'm a professional 3D computer graphics artist, so I can see there's something wrong, and I can fix that. So this is the reason why I believe in my skills, and this is the reason why I'm able to do the rough sketch right here. You see, I'm able to do that for this reason. So now I'm gonna turn this stream off. I hope you guys don't mind and come later and join me on the next session. Sorry for today. Hope you didn't mind. Hope you like it. Hope you believe in that my work would be great and you would support me in my journey. Whoever uh, raised the fund for me, whoever fund this project, I would keep those name. I would keep those that list and see what I can do. The promise is to see what I can do to return the favor. Hopefully you like my work and share it. Subscribe to my channels. Share my work. Spread the word out. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. I would connect all these channels with each other and let you guys know. Tomorrow I will do something with my health today. Tomorrow we're gonna stream, and I would not disappoint you guys. Sorry, take care, goodbye, good night, good day. See you next time. Bye bye.